Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second session of our 3-day workshop here at Firki. I am your host, Deepika from Firki, and I will be your guide for this workshop to help you navigate through it. First of all, a big thank you for being with us over these 2 days. We truly value your time, energy, and commitment you've brought to this program. And as a token of appreciation, we'll be providing a certificate of attendance to all the participants who've attended all 3 days of the workshop. We will share more details on how to fill out the feedback form and access the certificate on day 3 of the workshop, that is tomorrow. Right. And before we begin, I request all of you to go to the chat box and share if AI could take one task off your plate today, what would you choose? I could see Gokul sir have already started sharing that AI could make my tomorrow's class easy. Just go ahead and type prepare notes, question paper setting. Wow, there's already a lot of energy and excitement in the chat. Worksheets, lesson planning. AI is the rising technology which helps and clear our doubts. Okay. Daily or house course, activities for the next class, question paper setting, research, a big part, correction of subjective answers, lesson planning, grammar check. Do take a moment to check each other's responses as well. Make food for me. I wish that was possible. Such powerful intentions, just keep them coming. Data analysis. So it is clear that we are all ready to explore how AI and especially tools like ChatGPT can help us lead more effectively, work smarter, and save time. So in today's session, we will introduce practical real-life use cases of ChatGPT for educators and school leaders like you. Also, we'll be having a live demo of ChatGPT today. We know that this might spark a lot of curiosity and questions. So just feel free to take a note of them or drop them in the chat box. We'll make sure to address them towards the end of the session. Let us get started. So it is my absolute pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Aaron Benjamin. Since he has been an integral part of Firki programs as well, he is a Firki Coach Development Program alumni, has coached many Firki leaders post the program, and his journey has been truly inspirational. Currently, Aaron leads the Growth and Partnerships team at Vidya Vidya Foundation, partnering with government, schools, NGOs, and edtech platforms across India to scale leadership-focused education interventions. With over 7 years of experience in program strategy, stakeholder engagement, and digital innovation, he's passionate about lifelong learning and regularly designs workshops and coach development programs. So let's show some love in the chat and give a huge virtual welcome to Aaron. Aaron, we are so excited to hear from you. Yeah, over to
Thank you
you.
so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. And I'm very excited to see a lot of you here. Um, very good. Thank you so much. And your responses on the chat box, it was really, really amazing. And Hasnaim, we have such a vibrant community today. We were thinking about what we really need to give to this community, and with all the answers that you have spoken about, worksheet, question paper setting to correction and grammar check, I am excited to take it up. Well, let's kickstart our session today. I am going to share my screen. A very interesting topic today, AI in your office. Like, I think we have a lot of teachers today with us. So for teachers, we will be thinking a lot about question paper setting, how many students are doing, taking data-driven decision, what is exactly happening in my classroom level. But today also, like, feel free to have multiple hats today. We also going to zoom out a little bit from a classroom level to a school level, from one classroom to a couple of classroom or a clusters of classroom level to one entire school community. And you're going to act like you are a school owner or the principal or let's say academic advisor, like how ChatGPT can do. Well, with this, there are four major things that we are going to talk about it today. So one of the thing is understand about how we are going to use AI in very responsibly in our school environment. And second, we're going to recognize about how we can have very really simple and very effective prompting strategies. Very simple and very effective. And then we're going to understand about policy structures and areas to develop. Very importantly, I want to emphasize contextualized strategies. We all come from different schools. Our schools have our own voice, our own story, our own policies, our own set of like things that we are taking care. The more important is how we are going to utilize this ChatGPT to make more contextualized strategy that is going to be extremely appropriate to your classroom level or to your school level. And finally, we are also going to talk about the different areas where you can leverage as one package. Like when we were thinking about what are the areas that we can possibly use AI in our day-to-day life, like we end up curating some interesting areas for you. So these are the four things that we're going to talk about today. And then some of the norms that I would really love to see from our participant today is there's the three things that I'm expecting. One is obviously it's sharing, it's there on the screen. Do you guys want to take a shot and guess what are the other two images can possibly talk about? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Can you guys go to your chat box and take a wild guess? What is this? Curiosity. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Curiosity. Okay. Very good. Ask question. Keep mics mute, camera on. Very good. And good evening. Yes, videos on. Beautiful. Curiosity. Expectation. Searching. Amazing. Strategies. Really good. Well, that's you guys have your answers. Be curious. Keep your videos on and engage and shoot your questions whenever possible on the chat box and keep chat box buzzing. And always try to understand about what are we trying to do here. And yes, before starting this, I just want to give you a heads up because AI in education is one of the overwhelming concept right now. You go left, right, center, we are talking about AI classroom, AI teacher, AI software, AI automation, AI in education. AI is the rest of the education. Teachers are going to replace by AI and everything. It is overwhelming. And I'm extremely sure with all the answers that you're giving in your chat box that definitely this is not the first time that you're going to talk, that you're going to listen about ChatGPT or AI. Okay, I just want to give a heads up because the entire curation of this program is also stems from a foundational level because so that we can cater to diverse participant spectrum. So have your mind phase that every session will have a takeaway. Like we very mindfully created only one takeaway for the session. So be open and see if there is anything different, anything effective that you can take away from this. Okay. Now, stay curious, have all your questions with you or keep dropping your questions on the chat box. I will take it up at the end of the Q&A session or in between. If like we can have a quick chat, I would really love to answer your question through chat box too. Well, this is the thinking question that I wanted to. I think we also already had a very similar question. Like, what comes to your mind, right? When you hear AI in school, do not drop any answers in your chat box right now. Take 15 seconds to think about it. This is your thinking question. What is something that is coming to your mind when you think about AI in your school? Okay. Now go to your chat box and make your answers ready. When we say 1, 2, and 3, you're going to drop your answers. Okay, Sana is like, oh my God, it's already started. Creativity, time management, student engagement, enhanced learning outcome, understanding, lesson plan. I think lesson plan is one of the most greatest pain point for all the teachers. I was a teacher. I know it takes a lot of time to sit and wrap lesson plan, weekly plan, and monthly plan. Yes, innovation. Somebody was talking about app development. That's very good. That's very good thinking. Creativity, more fun in class. Okay. I'm extremely hoping that I'm gonna give you what you guys are looking for from this session. Good. Keep that going. I'm gonna go. AI, you guys already know there's a very traditional slide, a very simple, make it very simple. It's a software that perform tasks. That's it. And it also can interpret or adopt to human thinking. right? It's nowhere is going to replace anything. It's really good in recognizing patterns and generating ideas, like help you to take decision, do not think that something else can take decision on behalf of you. It can help you to take decision. And it can also mimic certain areas if you can train it at a certain level, right? Cool. So now the engine that we're going to do is ChatGPT. So probably when we talk about this is very interesting thing, like when we were talking about with the teachers and understanding about how they are using ChatGPT is such a buzzword in the entire landscape of education or like with our teacher community. They say like, sir, I'll go ChatGPT, I'll ask ChatGPT to do something for me. I will go ChatGPT and ask for ideas. I will go ChatGPT, like, and then I'll give something and like ask it to rephrase it or check grammars or something. But there's a lot of potential ChatGPT can bring, right? So the first level of mind shift change that we can bring is how I can turn this ChatGPT. It's an engine, right? It's an engine. How I can change that engine, an AI, to my personal assistant. That is where we're going to get into right now, right? So do not think about ChatGPT as a AI, but now today we're going to think about ChatGPT as my assistant, right? Imagine you have a role, you have a defined roles and responsibility in your school, and you do your day-to-day life activities inside the school and everything. And now imagine you have your own assistant. That assistant can perform something for you on behalf of you, like you can train it better, you can start communicating it better. That is where we're going to start thinking about. And I'm quite not sure about how many of you have a free account on ChatGPT. Probably I can also give you a quick demo on how to create a new account in ChatGPT for a ChatGPT. For this, what I've done today is to make it a little more interesting. I have created one new Gmail account. Right. And this Gmail account is nowhere connected to ChatGPT engine. So it's technically we are starting from scratch. So I have my chat area here. I'm going to say ChatGPT. I got ChatGPT OpenAI. Cool. This is where you land. This is your front page, ChatGPT. Here you can very well see login. So it is a free account. So it's not a login account. So I'm going to go to login. Sign up for free.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, you're not able to see my screen.
No, actually, in between the chats are coming, na, so the screen is blocked. So I would request you to disable the chats for some time. Thank
We
you.
can do that. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Tasneem, can we do something like that?
Since there will be a lot of engagement on chat box, I think on your mobile phone, we would recommend to scroll and just keep the speaker view and hide the chats so that because Aaron will be having a lot of questions and engagement activities on chat as well. So it will be difficult to disable the chat. On your mobile phone, just keep the speaker view or the screen view so that chat doesn't come and disturb. I hope that's it. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, so now I've landed, created one account, and you can see A for Aaron here is a very fresh chat. Cool. So now we have created our ChatGPT ChatGPT account, right? The next thing, imagine I'm telling you ChatGPT is your assistant. So let me walk through your scenario. You're working, let's say you are academic advisor in your school, right? And you're getting an assistant. What are the things that you will do? This is the first day for your assistant. Assistant is walking into your office. Then what are the things that you will do with your assistant? I'm stopped screen sharing right now.
Orient them about your work.
Very good. What a strong answer is that? Orientation. Very good. Anything else? What else you guys will do? Instruct them. Very good. Beautiful. Greetings. Oh, such a warm welcome. Okay. Greetings. Guide them through. Okay. Guide them. Very good. Give them task on the first day itself. Okay. Welcome to school. Okay. Here your task. Please get it done and come back and meet me at 5 o'clock. Okay. Define their role. Very good. How I work and tell them what I want. Well, that's a setting of expectation is stunning. Like, hi, this is how I will work. This is what my expectations are. Very good. Command with strong, full. Okay. Define the responsibility. Orient them about the work culture. Wow, that's really good. Induction for working with me. Okay. If you want to work with me, is a separate induction. If you want to work with this school, that's a separate induction. Very good. School vision. That's very beautiful. School vision and goals. How can I help him? Introduce about school staff. Like, what a beautiful answer. Very simple, very effective, and all the answers are right. What a joy to read all your answers. Cool. So the first thing that we will do is a knowledge transfer. I've just made it a little technical term, but whatever that you have said is right. Like welcome, greeting, instruct, guide, orientation, induction, like instruct them and everything. Okay. So that is exactly the first thing that you're going to do with your ChatGPT, right? And imagine ChatGPT is your assistant. So that assistant should know about whom. What are the things that you can, like knowledge transfer to your assistant? What are the things that you will say? Some of you told about school culture, about staff, about school vision and goals. What else? Welcome and energize and warm up activities. Yes, come on. About vision, instruction, very good. You will give instruction, you will set up vision, goals, treasure. Okay, interesting. Correct, align. Okay, there's an alignment that we need to make. Very good, very. Structure of organization, I like that answer. Inclusive class.
Vision, mission of the
Vision
organization.
statement. Yes, vision and mission. What are we doing? What I'm doing, right? So one thing that I am also seeing as a common trend with all your responses, you guys are so focused on, hey, you're walking into my school, so you need to know about my school. Okay, is the vision statement, is the mission statement, this is my school, this is my vision, this is goal, and this is where we are. And significant area, we also need to talk about who you are, right? One of you have, like dropped a very beautiful response in chat, like how I will work and what I want from you, like setting up expectation. For me personally, I think these are my views. I do this. This is how I will do. Right. So that is what exactly we're going to do. So I'm going to stop sharing and change my window and bring to the prompt that I have created. I hope you all can see it. Okay. So the first stage when you're going to work with an agent, like your assistant, stage one is knowledge transfer. So there are 4 major things that you need. One is talk to them or talk to your assistant, who you are, what are you doing, and what are your roles and responsibility looking like, about school, about classroom, and about all the other important details. So when you can see that these 4 points, the first 3 major area that talks about who you are, what you do, because this ChatGPT engine is going to be your personal assistant, not your entire school system. So there is a level of understanding that you need to. Did somebody ask me something? No. Cool. That must be an accident. Good. So what I've done is, to save time, I have drafted like, hello, I'm Aaron Benjamin, admission advisor, academic advisor at Apple Matriculation High Secondary School, located in semi-urban of Chennai. I'll oversee academic and administrative affairs, work closely with the teacher, students, school leaders, enhance quality teaching, and we have grade 1 to grade 12, 1,000 children are there, 20 full-time teachers we have. We operate from Monday to Saturday, and with second and fourth Saturdays or holiday, we will follow a structured school level segmentation of primary section 1 to 5, middle and high secondary. As an academic advisor, my responsibilities include, I have pointed it out, classroom observation, coaching teacher, annual teacher plan, and one-on-one mentoring, curriculum planning, data-driven decision, parent communication, PTMs, internal, external communications and everything. And how I will operate. I will maintain a structure of clear observational log and bridge between school management stuff, blah, blah, blah. Differentiation focus. That is where we talk about our school focus area. Like when it comes to primary school from 1 to 5, what are we seeing? Engaging most effectively, we are looking on lesson planning, engaging students, but the students are on the task of following. When it comes to middle school, it's more toward conceptual clarity and independent work. When I walk into 9th or to 12th classroom, I look for rigor, depth, and academic independence in my learners. And then assessment and PTM schedule, generally, what is the calendar is going to look like, and my revision and remediation, my parent-teachers meeting, and like training hall, first floor, block 3 is where principal usually address all the parents from 11:30 to 12 for quarterly and half-yearly exams. My personal philosophy in leadership, student-centered effort, what are we taking? And what is my goal? To build a school where teachers feel empowered, students feel seen, learning is not just measured by truly experienced. You might be seeing that, oh, that's a well-written and well-detailed. I think somebody, if you told that, instruct them. I think this is what it's actually meaning by it. You design and tell your assistant, who are you? What exactly you do? Where exactly you are? Where it is located? And trust me, you might be seeing that even this semi-urban area of Chennai is a location of our school. Even this makes a difference when you work with your assistant. So the first thing we're going to do with your engine right now is talk to it. Okay. And I just want to give you a very good news here, because some of might be, I've seen that you are taking different marks. Somebody unmuted accidentally. Right. So all this thing that you have seen on the Google Doc, Firki prompt, that's, I think it's somewhere between 70 to 18 pages. Post to this session, we will send it out. So feel free to copy paste it. If you see whatever that I have written there exactly matches your area, put your name, use it, right? That's a very beautiful prompt. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back to my stage 1 knowledge transfer content. I am going to copy. I'm not screen sharing right now, so don't feel stressed. Cool. I've just copied it. I'm coming back to my ChatGPT engine. I'm going to share my screen now. You must be seeing in 3, 2, 1. So it's a very raw ChatGPT engine. First chat, I've copied my content, what I'm doing, and I'm going to send it. First text in this engine. Let me see how it responds. If it's immediately changed this name to academic advisor role. And it says, thank you, detailed introduction, Aaron. Oh, it recognized my name, your role, blast school, your drafting professional and everything. So one of the important thing and a very interesting thing also, and it's not a new technology right now. It's a very old, very useful technology. Something that you can see here is updated saved memory. See, updated saved memory. This is where we're going to tap in every time so that you can create this contextualized strategies, right? So what I'm going to do is, this is my assistant, and this assistant knows about what I am doing, how I am doing, and where exactly I am and what exactly I'm doing. So now I see that it is just named my chart as academic advisor. Going to change this as my assistant. So I want to give it a name, probably a personality. So I'm going to call this Mr. Ben. Cool. So Mr. Ben is my assistant in ChatGPT. Mr. Ben knows about my roles and responsibility, what school, what is my school, my personal philosophy, my school philosophy, number of schools and children, and what do I do? So this is your stage 1. Like how you have rightly mentioned that when anybody walks into your office, the first thing you start from greeting to knowledge transfer we have done. And right now, I'm happy to introduce my assistant, Mr. Ben. Okay. Cool. So now your knowledge transfer is done. And then one of the most important thing, live demo we have done, one of the most important thing and a very creative thing that you can do is you can go back to your assistant and check for understanding whether it's really know who you are, what you do, or probably, like where your school is, or let's ask for number of students, like your school have. So I'm going to stop my screen. Guys, this session, there's going to be a lot of demos, so you might be seeing that I'm switching off and switching on my screen on and off and shuttling between different screen. I would really love you guys to be patient with that. That would be really helpful. Cool. Okay. Hello, Mr. Ben. Tell me how many number of students we have in our school. Very good. Tell me what is my personal or what is my personal goal for the school? Yeah, okay, very interesting. So it says that to build a culture where teacher feel empowered, student feel seen, learning is not just measured by truly experience. I'm going to flip to the next step and see whether that's the right answer. My goal, it's quite ambitious to build whatever it is. Yes. So I am right now somewhere convinced that, okay, my assistant knows about all the information.
Open house cover. It's empty.
Okay. I'm just going to get used to people coming off mute accidentally. That's completely fine. Okay. So that's your stage one. So I'm just going to take next 5 seconds to reiterate what we have done. When you you guys can use your pre-existing account. Definitely you can do it. So don't worry about it. I remember somebody asked, can I, use my pre-existing account? You can definitely do that. But introduce it to a newer chat box. Cool. So now stage 2 is where assigning tasks, a very beautiful name and something that we are really excited about. Like, oh, ChatGPT, can you do this for me? ChatGPT, I'm going to watch a series in my Netflix. I want you to prepare my annual calendar and 24 lesson plan for me so that when I come back, I have everything ready. Yeah, very interesting to us. Well, a lot of time, I just want to ask, have you ever felt like you want to talk to ChatGPT again and again to really produce what exactly you want? There are sometimes you feel like you wanted to, sometimes it produces very random. Sometimes it produces something that requires a lot of reiteration to ChatGPT. You just want to go back to the chat and say that, hey, ChatGPT, can you change that? Hey, I don't want this. Can you give me this? I don't want you to talk about that. Can you talk about a different theme? Have you ever felt that with ChatGPT before? If you have experience in producing anything in ChatGPT, especially for your school? Yeah, I can already see people are saying that, yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
ChatGPT, don't even listen to me. It starts creating its own, or it has its own brain. And sometimes, honestly speaking, it's also from my personal experience, like it makes us annoyed. It's like, and then I close everything and I start something altogether. Like, okay, let's start fresh from the beginning. You and I are going to create a lesson plan, right? Yeah. So somebody is very smart. Cool. So that happens, right? It's like probably we don't actually really want to be really, annoyed or angry with ChatGPT because it's trying its best. But generally, it works in a very larger model. So it's in a very large model. It gives you, which is subjective and something that it thinks it's appropriate. And it also works with the majority of the common trend. Like when you say that, okay, will give me a lesson plan on verbs for grade 2. So it does its thing. And with all the majority and common trend that it has with all this database and knowledge, it gives you something that still it is aligning, it is appropriate, but again, it is definitely not contextual. So now we are moving to the second major, very interesting area of assigning a task to ChatGPT. Before that, I would love to ask this question, right? If questions are the key that unlock thinking in students, what are they when it comes to ChatGPT? Anybody want to give it a guess and answer?
Prompts.
Oh my God. I wasn't expecting the first answer should be the right answer. What should I do with this activity right now? Very smart. Yes, correct. Prompt. Trust your words. Prompting. Sir, difference between Canva and ChatGPT. Definitely at the end, I can touch upon that. Keywords. Very good, very smart keyword. Clear, specific prompt. Yes, clarity and specificity. Very good. Instructional ways. Very good. Super. You've already thrown ChatGPT. Cool. It's prompting, right? So, and prompting is one of the, like one of the overused vocabulary when it comes to AI. Everybody starts talking about there's a bigger and brighter future for prompt engineers. Engineers going to make 10 lakh a month or 50 lakh a month, and it is growing, or you should learn how to start prompting and everything. And when actually I was trying to understand about, okay, it's giving me gone, like, let me go and understand what's actually prompting and what is it. And people are giving different thing and it takes you all over the place, right? All our understanding about prompting is extremely contextualized to what are the content that you have consumed about prompting right now, because it's overwhelming information. But to be very honest, very simple, prompting is nothing but helping you to understand. We are all teachers today, right? And the first thing you will do is you help your learners, your students to understand what are they going to learn today before even what you want to teach. Like, hey guys, today we're going to talk about addition. We're going to try understand about how addition and multiplication, like can go hand in hand. Or today we're going to talk about photosynthesis or anything for that matter. So shift from all this concrete or a deeper level of thinking when it comes to prompting. What is prompting? Just think about prompting is nothing but as simple as it. We're going to help your assistant to understand what we want. Okay. So very simple, right? Now, what I'm going to do is, in prompting, I've accidentally showed you this screen so that I'm going to stay here and talk about it for the next 5 different seconds. So one thing that you were answering, yes, ChatGPT is not giving me what I really wanted is probably improper prompting, right? So one of the major area, one thing that happen when there is an improper prompting is too much of reiteration. It will never going to give you what you really wanted or what you really asked, even though you have told them this is what I need, this is how I need it. It will not give you. So if there is a improper prompting, there can be a definitely AI helps in prompting. You are asking really beautiful and intriguing question, Manish. I'm going to come back to it. You're going to be surprised. We have an element for you. Cool. So if there is improper prompting, then we say that, hey, this is bad prompting. This prompting is not good. Oh, this prompt is gonna work. This prompt is gonna take a lot of my time. And definitely, there is an improper prompting. There's going to be a proper prompting. Right? Yeah.
Excuse me.
Prompting. Yeah.
Can we use it for? Excuse me, sir. Can we use ChatGPT for astrology?
That's a very good question. I have not explored about ChatGPT for astrology because I was so busy in understanding ChatGPT for classroom contextualizing. Yes, but I think that's a very interesting thing. Probably I might not give you the right answer.
Yesterday I used it, but it gives some answer. But there is some confusion. Okay. So I'm asking this question that can we use it for Kundali or astrology? Kundali making.
I am not expect in answering that or taking that question, even though it's a very interesting question. Yeah, I think probably you can do your own research and trying to understand about it, but I might not be the right person to like answer it. Good. So now let's get back to our slide. Cool. Then what is proper prompting? Proper prompting is somebody you've told about, you give them guidance, you give them what exactly you require. So that's what actually it is. Like you can have these simple 3 elements included in your prompting. Then your prompting can significantly create a huge sense or a huge significant change in the way that ChatGPT produces its answer. The first thing that you want to tell your assistant is, what do you want, right? I think you've told that this is how I work, this is I want, what's your expectation? So set your expectations very clear. What do you want, right? Don't be very subjective. If you are subjective, then ChatGPT can be 100x subjective than you, because the amount of volume of information that it can handle is really wide. You tell them, okay, ChatGPT, I don't feel like teaching today, but tell me what I can teach without even having the feel to teach today. And ChatGPT is like, okay, let's teach marine engineering, or probably why don't we start talking about Chandrayaan-3 and something like that, right? But ChatGPT is very simple. So make sure that what you really want. And second, how do you want it? That's very important. Like, you are very experienced in making your lesson plans right now. There's a lot of strategies that we put in when we make lesson plan. Like what I'm going to teach, and the second area, how I'm going to do it, like pedagogically, different activities, different strategies to bring that thinking into when you are crafting, and then for whom you are asking. Whether I'm going to do it for my children or my parent or my school or for myself, or only for the specific children, or only for a specific grade, or only for a specific subject, right? So these three things, keep in mind, very simple. What I want, okay, I want this. And then, how do I want this? Very good. Second area. And third one, for whom do I need this? If you can break this clear, and ChatGPT can also make a lot of sense. And I'm going to give you a quick demo on that. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to copy a prompt from stage 2. I'm going to share my ChatGPT engine right now. Cool. A quick heads up. Imagine you have your own assistant. If you have your own assistant, you can't assign tasks to a different staff. You can't assign your task to a different person. So make sure that while engaging, throughout you are engaging, make sure that you are engaging only your assistant on which you have given your context about. We're going to drop this, a very basic thing. I'll be conducting a classroom observation this way across 3 primary and 2 middle school classrooms, focusing specifically on math and science instructions at both levels. Could you provide me with what I'm going to do? A structured classroom observation checklist tailored to math and science lessons for primary and middle school levels, a corresponding grading or evaluation rubrics to assess instruction quality, student engagement, and lesson plan effectiveness. This will help me to ensure a consistent and objective observation process. Thank you. So here's something that I have mentioned very intentionally is tailored to math and science for primary and middle school levels. Like when I go back to my previous prompt, I can also, like told ChatGPT for my primary class, these are my focuses. For my middle classes, these are my focuses. So what this will do is when I send this task to him, this guy will go back here and see what is happening and then start contextualizing how I can create a classroom checklist. Lesson plan preparation, what are the pointers that I can do? Instructional delivery, what are the pointers that I can give? Student engagement and participation, what are the pointers that I can do? Learning environment, assessment and feedback, and there is a grading system that it is created, right? And this grading system, like let's go through it. For example, clear classroom objective, display communicator, lesson aligns with curriculum standard, use teaching aids, resources like chart, models, digital tools, etc. Smooth flow of lesson plan, appropriate with time allocation for activities. So lesson plan is there. It's also asking you to check about appropriate time allocated for activity. So it is very specific that check whether they have time for activities. I go back to my primary classroom and think about what were my goals for primary classroom and say, lesson plan, how students are engaging. Student engagement, one of the major area that I'm thinking, whether they are on the task, following classroom norms, whether the environment supports joyful, foundational learning. And foundational learning again stems from experiences, and all of the teachers are aware about it. So all the answers that it is produced, all the document, again, it is produces contextualizing towards what exactly you are giving to your ChatGPT uh, knowledge transfer. And again, this knowledge transfer, I would say that this is all about. You can even take one step higher and give exact documents in different formats, let's say PDF, or let's say an Excel sheet you have, or any other previous observation that you have in terms of any digital document. You upload it while you're doing a transfer and tell them, hey, last year these are my observation, and this year these are the areas that I'm going to focus. All the supporting documents are there on the chat. I want you to access and understand about it. But so, and then it will have a very strong understanding, and it will narrow it down to the focus. What is the goal and what is the outcome that is. Right? So this area, and I'm not saying that, hey, that is the right answer. You just copy it, paste it in a document, and you walk into a classroom and do your grading and do your feedback session or reflection work. Right? So that is where we humans come into the picture. Sometimes ChatGPT can give you everything, but remember, it can't give all of it. There are sometimes it will miss certain areas that you can go at it. There are things it will give extra. Let's say, for example, you want to have only 2 pointers for instructional design, classroom observation, and student engagement buckets, but it has given you 4 pointers to observe. And you're thinking that, okay, these 4 pointers might going to be a little overwhelming because there's 20 minutes for me to walk into a classroom for a teacher observation. So you can take 2 of it. And when you take 2 of it, just want you to remember that, to go to ChatGPT, tell them, hey, probably let's do it together right now. I'm going to share it again. Well, lesson planning, copy the first 2. Drop. I'm randomly doing that because it's easy for me to copy paste the first 2. You can go through it in detail and select whichever you want to push it to the second quarter or later. Okay. And then this one. And what else I have? Learning environment. Okay. So I'm going to tell them, hey, the provided pointer order focus area for this month. Can we have that in our observation checklist? The rest of it we can start later. Okay. Two. After you do that, one of the most important thing, a very simple and effective thing is, I want you to remember the thing about that's it. I'm going to tell them, hey, these are the areas that we're going to do, right? And then please remember this is the focus area. And then I'm going to send it. Updated sales manual. Noted, Aaron, this month your classroom observation checklist will focus only on 4 priorities areas you mentioned. I will remember this for any templates tracker or any follow-up materials we are working on. Whenever you are ready to expand or adjust, just like it. That's it. Your memory is updated. Now, if you ask ChatGPT to produce something again, it will not give you extra. It will only give what are the focus area that you have provided. So this is the very simple area that you can start contextualizing ChatGPT to create what is actually required. Imagine you have a true persona in your classroom, as your assistant. Like, let's say I am Tasneem's assistant here. The Tasneem is saying that he had this month, this is what we're going to do. So let's focus on this. And next day, Tasneem asked me that, Aaron, can you create a classroom observation checklist? Then my first thing is I will go back to my notes and I will see that what Tasneem told the focus area. Then I will start creating that. I will not give a very overwhelming or the full list of ChatGPT. Right? So that's exactly what your ChatGPT assistant will also. So that is your second area. Now you know how you are going to assign your task, right? And now area 1 done. You welcomed ChatGPT. You gave a name. You gave all your ChatGPT instruction, what are you doing, how are you doing, and everything. And now, what we can do is, you might be asking, okay, in ChatGPT, I have given him something, and what if I do not do anything about it? How ChatGPT will do it? So I am showing my screen into a very different account. Okay, let me see. I don't kind of want to log in also because the temporary account. 1 minute. Okay, so I'm going to go to the other prompt. I am copy pasting the earlier prompt that we have used in our assistant. Stay logged out. I am just not logging in because there is no memory that we require. And I'm going to ask him to do it. It's taking some time. I think my internet is a little much. Oh, your internet connection is not stable. Okay. Can you hear me? Dustin, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can hear me. But my internet is a little slow. The engine is pretty slow. Okay, probably we can get back. Just give me 5 Okay, my internet is pretty slow. Cool. So we were talking about ChatGPT engine. I'll come back to that again, the demo and the differences, how contextualizing replace can work and how normal replace can work, right? Good. So again, that we've been talking is the first demo, it can give you 3 major areas. One is very specific to your classroom, to your school level. Second area is contextualize it to your own classroom, to your own level, and it gives you more appropriate. So when I say more appropriate, I'm not trying to emphasize that you're not going to reiterate it, you're not going to make any changes. Definitely, there will be certain areas that you need to change it. There will be certain area that you will like go back and come back again. But it's relatively and significantly lower. So it's not going to make you annoyed as much as possible with the other normal chat boxes. Beautiful. So that's the second area. Always quickly remember to assign your task to your assistant, right? When you go back away from your assistant and imagine there is a memory full, it again started generalizing it. So always stick to one chat box, always stick to only your assistant, and then start working with that. Cool. And now we are coming to stage 3. It's where it's kind of interesting. Right. The stage 3 is probably I can ask this to our people. Areas where you need your assistant to help. Now you know you have an assistant, right? Let's say I have Mr. Ben. You might be having a Mr. Like Mr. Pop or Mr. Robot or Mr. ChatGPT or Mr. Assistant, anything for that matter. Just tell me what are the areas that you think need your assistance to help. I'm going to go back to my chat box and see some of the responses. Very good. It's prompting. I am making note of all the interesting question that is coming. Prompting in English. And then ChatGPT prompting. Okay. Draft mail. Very good. Creating lesson plan. Yes. Yes. We really need ChatGPT to do that. time-bound activities, lesson planning, planning activities, work to execute fast. I just don't want to beat around bush. I just want to get my classroom, get my lesson plan ready. Very good. Curate content. Very good. Few information when needed. Yeah, I don't need much of it, but just need few of it. I think yes, definitely we can do that. Corrections. Oh, you want to upload your assessment paper and ask ChatGPT to correct it and grade it and give me. Very good. Hmm. Hmm. Planning alongside activity, energizer, documentation, drafting, creating image for stories, how to analyze data. Great. Type MCQ based question, lesson planning, different types of mind map. Kibble art. Definitely, Aruna, definitely. Board decorations. Oh, interesting. How to use assessment tool. Asking queries. Cool. Cool. There are so many areas that you are coming, right from decorating your blackboard to assessing your classroom papers. Yes. So these are certain subtasks. So we've spoke to different people, educators, and people who are effectively using ChatGPT. I know, like to your classroom levels. Some of the major areas that we have identified is the big seven. Okay. And this big seven is for everybody and anybody who is inside a school environment. Like you are a teacher, you are an academic advisor, or you are a principal, you are a coach, you are a school owner. The big seven is the major seven areas that we have identified where we can significantly use ChatGPT. Right. So I'm going to show it the seven areas for you right now. And these are the seven areas. I'm going to leave this here for, let's say, 10 to 15 seconds for you guys to read it. And in the meantime, I'm going to ask Tasneem what time we want to wrap it up.
We can take 10 to 15.
Yeah, 7:15 is where we are thinking.
Yeah, we'll have time for question and answer as well.
Yes, great. Cool. So 7 major zones is where we're thinking. So one is prompting for leadership tasks. Every teacher is a leader. So when I talk about leadership, you walk into a classroom as a leader, like you provide instructional leadership to your students inside the classroom and summarizing and synthesizing information. Yes, definitely. You've been asking about write email, synthesize something for me, communication and stakeholder messaging, and very, 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 very overrated task that teachers all do is constantly talking to parents and helping them to understand what is happening inside classroom, what is happening inside school, what are the events that we have, what are the major areas that is happening, and planning and scheduling. You plan your day, it can be a weekly plan or monthly plan or annual plan or leadership training plan or anything as such. And then engagement, capacity building, decision support. I have not mentioned decision making, but I have specifically mentioned decision support. So make sure that you use ChatGPT to support your decision or to challenge your decision, to help you to think in a different perspective. But we're never gonna make ChatGPT to make decision because both you and I know answer why. Student facing needs, right? These are the 7 areas. Now we're gonna have a short poll. Okay. So I'm gonna ask a help from Tasnima Deepika here. So poll time. The question is, you have seen these 7 major areas, right? 7 major areas where I can use ChatGPT. And the question for you is, the poll is now live. As a school leader, which of the following areas you think AI like ChatGPT could support you the most in this 7 area? None of us started answering. Probably I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 and start answering. Ready, set, 1, 2, 3, go. Still only one answer. Okay, slow and steady. Guys, are you all able to see the poll?
We'll be able to see only when we end the poll. But people are filling.
No, participants can see the poll, right?
Yeah, they'll be able to see the poll and they are filling it also. We have
Okay.
around 33% people take the poll already.
Oh, like that. Oh, the poll is also visible for me. It says that 0 of 1 answered. So I've thought, okay, probably I'm seeing the admin view. It's my personal view. Okay, I'm also going to participate in the poll and see what I can do here. Okay.
Please take the next 10 seconds to fill the poll and we'll end the poll.
Okay, the answers are ready. I'm going to stop my screen right now. Everybody else can also see this result. Yeah. Okay, 13% of the crowd is saying for leadership, 21 goes for summarizing and synthesizing, 11% goes for communication, and 13 with staff. Only 3 decision support. Like ChatGPT, I can take decision. You just take rest there. Don't come there. That's my area. Good. I really, really do appreciate that. Student facing need, planning and scheduling is where 29%. Well, probably we have next to 15 minutes. Probably we can, like have a couple of demos with planning and scheduling. Okay. Good. So what I'm going to do is thank you so much, people, for participating in the poll. I am going to share my screen and go to my ChatGPT prompts. I'm sorry, the wrong window. Well, so some of you have specifically asked me to explain number 7. Some of you specifically will talk about student facing need, like. So what I'm going to do is you will get this post to this session, right? So stage 3, these are the areas that we have. When it comes to leadership tasks, you have reports, circulars to framing staff meeting agenda, summarizing, synthesizing, compare different strategies, designing staff engagement, capacity building, designing, planning and scheduling. See, we have creating timelines for school event, PTM, exam prep, drafting to-do list and delegation tables, helping design professional development. And what I've done is we have also done one step higher. I have drafted you the scenarios also for leadership tasks. These are the 3 scenarios that we have given. So what you can do is you can close your eyes, copy paste it. You can't do that with closing your eyes. Like just go blindly copy paste it, read it, and tweak it, and then you paste it on your ChatGPT directly. And then we have done it for every task. So you don't need to worry about, we are not talking about number 7. Don't worry about, we are talking about only planning. You have everything that will reach your email. So feel free to use it, feel free to tweak it. And some of the areas is also little explanatory. So because I really don't want you to, like rework on this again or tweak it so much. So I have given you a really good scenarios here. Let's say student facing need, drafting circular graduate newsletter. I want you to draft student friendly circular 8 to 12. Probably I can spend a couple of minutes here. Let's see, the 3 prompting area that we have spoken about is, one is what, how, and whom, right? What, how, and whom. What are we going to do right now is student-friendly circular. That is what, right? Whom are we doing? 8th to 12th, the parents, about mobile phone usage policy. Why are we doing this? We have lately seen students from these grades bringing smartphone to school. This aim to clearly communicate the rules, consequences, expectation in a tone that feels respectful and age appropriate. Avoid harsh languages. Don't say that. Parents, be mindful. Don't ask your children to bring mobile phone to your classroom. This is not respectful or acceptable. No, we don't want to do that. And emphasize responsibility and trust. We also going to read this in class assembly. So concise version would be helpful, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this. Going to my assistant. Hello, Mr. Ben here, right? I'm going to ask Ben and I'm going to paste it. Okay, Ben. See, since Ben knows where you are working, it has automatically given you Apple Tree Matriculation Higher Secondary School. We believe in creating focus and respectful learning environment that every student can thrive without distractions. Be respectful. Recently, we have noticed as increased students from grade 12 bringing smartphone to school after throughout discussion with the teachers and student representative, very inclusive. We are updating and reinforcing on mobile phone usage policy to ensure learning remains top priority. Very good. An updated policy. If student brings a mobile phone, what is the consequence? Will be safely collected and held in office. Parents will be informed need to personally collect the device. Repeated discard of the role may lead to discussion with parents and additional school level consequences. Why this policy? To protect learning. Learning is the utmost priority as shared responsibility. And since I am sending, it has given Aaron Benjamin academic advisor, Apple Tree Higher Secondary Matriculation Higher Secondary School. It's a beautiful version. I don't want to tweak it again. I'm just going to copy, paste it, and send it to my parents through WhatsApp or through email. The short version for my assembly, a general reminder for grade 12, 8 to 12 assembly are not allowed school. Smartphones are not allowed. Bring smartphone for any reason. You must get permission in advance. Phones should, without permissions, will be collected and parents need to come and pick them up. Let's all take responsibility for distraction-free and focused environment. Something that I'm not aligning with ChatGPT here is, you must get permission in advance if you are bringing mobile phone for any reason. That is not aligning with my school policy. So I can't read it out in my assembly. So what I will do, either I will take it, tweak it, and I will use it. Probably I will say, I can help Ben to understand, hey, students cannot bring mobile phones. Hence, this is not applicable. Please and you need a finding English. Good. Final version, no exception. No phone rule with no exception in respectful. Okay, circular. Reminder, grade 8 mobile phones are not allowed in school under any circumstances. If you brought, they will be collected written only to parent. Let's say focus respectful and makes the school instruction be space. Yeah. Well, so one thing that I personally, don't want my ChatGPT to do is adding these emojis. Like if you really want this inside your responses, if you want to copy paste it so that you can have a little more vibrant documents that you want to create, absolutely fine. There is no harm in it. But me personally, I prefer any official document that goes without, that should be, without any emoji. So probably you can say again, I don't want you to include any emoji. Please. Sorry. Cool. And I will say that, okay. And any responses noted, Aaron, here's the final version. Cool. Right? So for all your circular and communications that you can definitely use this. We have, as a follow-up to this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my PPT here. These are the areas that we have seen in live term. So one thing that we want to give is two tips when it comes to prompting. So one of the tip that I want to give you is, there is a website. The website is called AI for Education, right? So what I will do is I can copy Tasnim. Can I paste that in chat box? Okay, I've pasted it. So there is a website. It's called AI for Education. So all the 7 areas that we have given you, the big 7, and these big 7 is also there in all the ready-made prompt areas. Let's say administrator, This is extremely and only contextualized to a school setting, right? Assessment comes to rubric, Bloom's taxonomy, identify undesirable difficulties, design AI as resistant assessment. When it comes to comps, observational note, coaching conversation framework for student, critical analyze AI output, smart goal generation. I randomly select smart goal generation. Generate smart board goal with an AI chat box. Very good. And this is your prompt here. You are an expert speech language pathologist, highly skilled in assessing and treating a wide range of speech and language issues with children. You are tasked to write a smart goal that defines specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound parameters. Insert target scale you want to work on, grade level student. And again, when you come back to our thinking about the proper prompting, we talk about what, whom, and how. Is exactly what here is inside your target scale, what exactly you wanted, how exactly you wanted, to which grade level you want. Some example prompts are there, additional prompt strategies are there. You please save this link and you can go and explore it more. So these are the major area you have: administrative, assessment area, communication area, for students area, lesson planning area, professional development, emotional learning, and special education. Right. This is one way. And answering to one question that I saw earlier on the chat box is, can ChatGPT create prompt? A very interesting question I would love to answer is yes. ChatGPT can definitely create a prompt. So what we have done is, they have created a prompt that will make ChatGPT to create its own prompt for any given scenario, right? So I have given you 7 different areas and like in-depth of scenarios that you can possibly work with. But what I want you guys can do with this PPT you will get, and this same prompt is also there on your on the document. But if somebody is also following me, I would love to drop it on the chat box. Now you have it. So what I'm going to do is, I am selecting everything here, and I'm going to go back to my ChatGPT engine where I have Mr. Ben, right? I have Mr. Ben, right? And then do not disturb Mr. Ben right now. Mr. Ben is set with all this understanding and everything. Create a new chat. Okay. And then whatever the prompt that you have is there on the chat box, paste it. Right. And then I'm going to send it. Reading task, what is the context, what is the task, outline specific, how I'm going to do it, what we are going to do is. While this is working, I'm going to randomly select something from our area. So what I'm doing is, I'm just selecting drafting memo and report and circular. I'm going to come back this. Okay, everything is ready. Give me from text. Paste it. Final prompt. That's it. You are a professional writing assistant for academic administration. Your task is to draft a formal, clear, and print-ready circular intended for all staff regarding revised school timing during the upcoming exam week. Context. Request, role of a requester, propose in detail, and reason for the change. And output, how the output is going to look like. Output should tone be like polite, professional, straightforward tone, and suitable for internal staff circulation. This is the format it's going to look like. These are the things that you are going to include in everything. And deliverable checklist. It also goes one step higher and give you the optional output variation you may request if you want to have it in a table format or whatever. It's done. So what I can do is, I have written 2, 4, 6, and 8 lines of a context, and it have given me almost half a page of it. I'm going to copy this and come back to Ben and send it to Ben. Thank you, comprehensive plot, Mr. Ben. Very good. And there are some gaps identified. What is the exam date, contact information, preferable. So number one, I'm just gonna, just for the time being, I'm going to select and drop something random. And number two, what the question is about. Contact information. Do you prefer to input specific contact as academic office for an extension email queries, or keep it just mentioning academic office? Keep it mentioned just with academic office. Okay. Very good. What's the third question is about? Staff expectations. Are there any expectation or adjustment for certain staff characteristics, office staff, part-time teachers, or support staff? Should I apply to all staff uniformly? You just apply everybody uniformly. Very good. And then point number four, do you use a standardized header footer with school logo or final circulars? Do you want me to add a placeholder for a logo and standardized formatting? No need. That's it. Circular is ready. This is to inform upcoming 25 to 25 revised to timing, primary sections, middle and higher secondary section 1:30 to 4 p.m. All teaching and non-teaching staffs are required to report perform duties in accordance with exam duty rostering. For any queries, exam-related duties, request contact academic office directly. We look forward to collaborating and ensuring warm academic advisor and April 3, my date, my signature. That's it. So this is a very effective. And now I can go back to this and probably I can rename Mr. Prompt. That's it. So to answer your question earlier on the chat box, it is yes, you can create ChatGPT to create its own prompt also. Now you might also be creative and ask me that why don't I ask this prompting strategy in Mr. Ben itself, so that anybody that I know Ben's knows, like how can create its own prompt and like give the answer. Very good thinking. I tried it. But what are the challenges is it ChatGPT engine is kind of making it too overwhelming when you give too many personalities to it. And it performs optimally when you give one personality. So Mr. Ben, only one personality. He's an assistant and his role is academic advisor for Apple Tree Matriculation School. When I go to prompt, Mr. Prompt personality is to only create a prompt. It will not give you result. It will not give you any, like produce anything, nothing. Whatever the context scenario that you throw, it will give you a prompt. You copy that prompt and come back to Mr. Ben. Mr. Ben will think critically and ask that, hey, Aaron, there are 3 areas that is missing. Do I need to include logo? Do I need to make it uniformly to all teaching, non-teaching? If there is any difference that I need to make, or probably should I, like include any phone numbers or email addresses? Like if you can give the phone number, email addresses earlier in the knowledge transfer itself, it would have very well retrieved that. We have not done it, right? So make sure that you give only one personality to the one engine. That is extremely, really, really important, right? And then now I would love to leave this space, giving you two critical and a creative tip. I'm switching back to my slide right now. Probably you can see it in 3, 2, and 1 here. Two creative tips, right? So one of the questions that I've asked is prompting in English only. Like, do I need to prompt only in English? No. That is where we can understand the true potential of this ChatGPT engine. There is this thing called voice input. And understand, ChatGPT can very well understand any regional language. Not only regional language, any language possible. Okay. So if probably I can show you right now, since I am also connected in Zoom, I can't do a live demo because it requires me to access the my audio again. I will show you how you can do that. Sharing now. Here you can see there is a option called dictate. So you click that. It's very similar like WhatsApp audio recording. It started recording it, and then you start talking to it. And then you might be asking, should I talk in English? Yes, you can talk in English. Can I talk in Hindi? Definitely. Can I talk in Tamil, Marathi, Urdu? Yes. French? Yes, definitely you can talk in any language possible. And then at the end of the voice note, you can also go tell them, let's say I'm talking in English and say that I want this content in Tamil. I want this content to be in Hindi. I want this content to be in Malayalam. You send it. It will understand your language and produce the entire document or post or anything that you're asking in whatever language that you're asking. Right? Unfortunately, since Zoom is connected with my audio, I might not be able to do a live demo there, but I would encourage everybody to go do it. In mobile phone, it works very perfectly and easy. I just, like you just need to go. Very good. I can do a demo in my mobile phone. Can you see it? I've got my mobile phone in new chat. And this is this feature. Hey, ChatGPT, I want you to create a WhatsApp message to all the grade 10 students, informing them to bring their term to notebooks. And I want to send this to parents WhatsApp. So make sure that you are creating this content in both English and in Tamil. Voice done. Transcribe. Send. It's working. Cool. And then I'm not sure, I think my screen is mirrored. You can see both languages, it's there. So it's very simple. Use your mobile phone, talk to ChatGPT, hey, do this, any language possible, and it will give you whatever language you want. And the second thing that I want to give you is, the final thing is multilingual creation. So you ask ChatGPT, basically that's what I have shown you now. Tell them same content in different language. And something that is very interesting is there is no limitation. There is no limitation like ChatGPT can only create in 2 languages. You can say that ChatGPT do this, create this content in all regional languages in India. And the same content can come in all this language context to you, right? And then even you can tell very contextually, like make it in a conversational style. So it start making content like you're talking to your parent in a very formally informal way that you are addressing, right? Cool. One thing that I want to talk about right now, which something that also came up in the chat box, is you guys asked about image creation, but I want to give you a heads up about there is a limitation, guys. With everything that we have done today with the live demo, we have done only with the free version. We have not touched paid version at all. There is not even a single time we have tried using a paid version. It's a free version and there is no limitation for you. You can talk to ChatGPT as many times over. When you're walking, you're feeling bored. Just talk to ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, what's my plan today? What's my afternoon plans going to look like? What are we going to do next year or next month or whatever? You keep talking, there is no limitation. But the moment you start creating something, a solid product in ChatGPT like image creation or poster creation, there is a limitation that you have to be extremely mindful, which is 3 images or posters per year. And something that you have to be very mindful about is when you are creating images, make sure that you are using it in a new chat box. Do not try to create your images in your Mr. Ben or in your assistant chat box. The moment you start working, creating images on your assistant chat box, what happens is it will consider it from a free trial version to free paid version. Your entire chat box will become a free paid trial version. So which means that after 3 times that you have created image, you might not be able to access the entire chat box itself. It will say that upgrade to a paid version. But if you create a new, probably I can share. This is very important because I don't want you to set up all your chat boxes and then end up not accessing it. That becomes very bad. And you also might feel very bad. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, so I'm going to go create a new chart. And then here I will say, hey, I need to create a poster on classroom notes for grade 2 students. Make it friendly and user friendly. Use emoji. It started creating, be kind, raise your hand, listen carefully, keep your hands and feet to yourself. Don't kick somebody else. Follow direction quickly. Try your best. Okay. Make a poster with only the top 5 and started creating something. Okay, till it works, let's switch back to our PPT, and then you can create it. What happens is the moment it says that, okay, your free version is done, you delete the chat box. That's it, right? So that you're done with your free version of your 24 hours time clock. And then after 24 hours, you will get 3 more credits to create images. But the moment that you disturb your Mr. Ben or your personality, the entire personality shuffles again. And then you end up creating everything again. So what happens, all the chat, all the conversation that you have done, all the small information that you have told your assistant to remember that, hey, this classroom observation, these are the things that we're going to do it will not remember in the new chat box. So be very wise when you're working with a limitation. If you're using paid version, amazing. There is no limitation for you guys. But if you are utilizing the free version to the significant max, then you have to be a little more wise in handling that limitation. Cool. I think we are now come to the end of the session. I would love to hold this space for a while to take up any answers, any questions that I can have so that I can try and give you answers.
Yeah, I think before that, a big thank you to Aaron for such a meaningful session on using ChatGPT in schools. I think you broke it down very clearly from knowledge transfer to nuances of prompting. And you're super helpful and grounded in real work as well. So thank you for being generous with your time and expertise. Really appreciate you sharing your insights and making it relatable. So we are now opening the floor to questions and reflections. But before that, there were some questions that came up in the chat during the session. So yeah, I will ask those first, and then maybe we can take a few responses of me. So I think there was a lot of confusion between difference between AI and ChatGPT, and we had a session yesterday on Canva as well. So, what's the difference between Canva and ChatGPT? Like areas where we can use Canva and areas where we can use ChatGPT. So, if you could shed some light on that.
Yeah, no, ChatGPT AI.
Okay, and what is ChatGPT and AI? Very good. So I have 2 questions right now. The first question to talk to you about what is Canva. Canva is a platform, right? The platform where you can create posters. And for creating posters and creating, like anything that relates to worksheet, Canva is the ultimate place for you guys to end up rather than ChatGPT. ChatGPT can give you really quick updates, really quick posters. If you do not have the bandwidth to sit and create, you want an immediate poster, ChatGPT, yes, Canva. But Canva is a place where you can get a lot of inspiration and work towards all this designing element. So Canva is for your poster making, for your worksheet making, for your PPT presentations, for all the collaterals that you can do, all the creative collaterals that you want to do, that you can do, right? ChatGPT is probably a more critical area where you can, like have discussions, have create contents and create more concrete materials and documents. You can that very well connect Canva and ChatGPT. So you go to ChatGPT and say that, hey, give me what are the 5 top norms that I want to have for grade 2 or 3. You get the content. You swap to Canva. You type in Canva. I think probably yesterday they would have taught you that, like classroom norms. You will have different varies of samples and template. Find which is appropriate or start from scratch. The content that ChatGPT created, feed the content, make it into a creative and send it out. So yeah, so Canva is a creative platform and ChatGPT is a more concrete and critical platform, and it's more towards creating content and having conversations. And the second one is what's the difference between AI and ChatGPT? So AI is probably arithmetic learning, or people also say that artificial intelligence, right? So basically, what we have done today with Mr. Ben is there are three areas that we have done. The first area, he taught the knowledge transfer. So sequence one done. And after giving knowledge transfer, we thought of checking this understanding. Yes, some level of understanding is there. And then we started giving them tasks and started assigning tasks and helping it more understand about what I'm doing, what we are doing, what our school is doing, what our students are doing, and so do our parents and teachers. Right? So it will get all this information and it will create a intelligence around it. So probably it's an artificial intelligence because you are feeding that intelligence to it. And inside that you can interact, inside that you can ask questions, inside that you can produce documents or knowledge or shareables or anything for that. Hope that answers.
Yeah, thank
Anything
you.
else?
Yeah, this question came up yesterday as well, and I thought it would be helpful to take it up. So, the question is that can we create Excel sheets with conditional formulas in ChatGPT? So,
Yes, we can do that. You can have probably one information that I can do is if you are using Excel, you can ask ChatGPT about conditional formatting and formulas. It can create it and you can copy all the coding, paste it on your Excel sheet, and you can work it out. That's one thing that you can do. Alongside, nowadays, I'm also seeing that a lot of us are using Google spreadsheets, right? So when you work in Google spreadsheet, there are ChatGPT plugins available. So go to plugin area and type ChatGPT plugin, or go to Google and ask Google that, hey, ChatGPT plugin for Google spreadsheet. It will start giving you results. You can connect it and very well communicate inside your spreadsheet with ChatGPT for your auto-populated versions of your spreadsheet, or formatting or conditional formatting with your average and numbers and percentage. And for graphs also, you can definitely.
thank you so much. I think before taking up questions from the audience, and maybe like we can just close out the space, because if you have some questions, you can stay back. But then those who don't have any questions, I think feel free to exit the session. But before leaving the session, I just want to share a big thank you to Aaron for such a meaningful session on using ChatGPT in schools. And also, I would like to thank our audience for joining us today. I think a huge shout out to all of you for your engagement throughout the chat box, and really reflective prompts kept the chat box really buzzing. And a huge round of applause to each one of you for your incredible commitment on both the days of the workshop. We really look forward to welcoming you again for day three of the workshop. And if you like today's session, please go to the Zoom reactions and share some Zoom reactions for our speaker for today. Uh, yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, everybody here. Such a vibrant community. And I was so interested in going through your responses, your questions, and that made me really interested. And, like I was like so boosted up to talk to you guys. And it was really, really good. Thank you for engaging throughout the space and all your questions. I hope that this space really meant some meaning to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. We will share the feedback form and resources tomorrow at the end of the workshop. All the resources will be shared with all of you. So just stay tuned for the resources. And now we will open the floor for questions. Yes, you can raise your hand. We'll take a few questions and then maybe we'll close the call. Yeah. We have Kavya who raised her hand first. So yeah, Kavya, you can go ahead.
Hi, Aaron. Thank you for the session. It
Hello.
was really good. I have a question. In the step three, we did that circular, right? So the first time when we did, we found the students are not supposed to bring a phone. So we corrected the prompt. But I don't know whether you noticed, but the second time it gave that short circular to be announced in the assembly, some other sentences were also changed. For me, it had happened before also. When we give a single correction, it might make multiple corrections as well.
Very
So
smart
how
observer.
can we
Very
address?
smart observer. Yeah. So yeah, I did not notice that because I was rushing because of the time, and thank you for bringing that up. And that happens very new. So what happens is when you try to change something, ChatGPT assume that like the entire things will get rephrased. So in order for you to stop that happening is when you tell that, okay, students are not going to bring mobile phone at any cost. There is no thing called they can get permission and come. And then what you can say is have the earlier version and only change this part and give me the final version. Tell him that earlier version is absolutely fine. Do not change anything, but only make changes in this sentence or in this specific area and give me the final version. It will not touch your earlier version of it. So the entire other version stays same. Only the sentence or this pointer will get changed. Right. And something probably I can give it this to everybody who is here is the moment we start interacting with ChatGPT, like how we start interacting with a human being, you can understand more about how this chat engine is really working. So you tell them, like, imagine that you're my academic advisor, I'm your assistant, I'm giving you this circular for your review. And then you take your pen, say that, hey, Aaron, I think there's something that we need to reconsider. Rest remains same. Rest is good. What I will do, I will have the same content and I will only rework on it. Tell ChatGPT that. Tell them like, hey, everything looks really good. So do not touch anything or don't make any changes or rewrite it. This point is something is not going to align. So take this point and give me the final version. It's done.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
And one more thing that I can also tell you, which is very interesting that you can start exploring is you can start giving ChatGPT your code word. Okay. So you can create your own code words. Say that when I say red, you will rewrite everything. When I say yellow, you will rewrite only the sentence that I am pasting. When I say green, you will save this format in your memory. So if a result is coming, you say code, CODE, RED, then it will rewrite and give. You can do that. That's very interesting thing.
Thank you, Aaron. I think in the interest of time, we'll take two more questions and I'll share Aaron's email ID on the chat box. You can go ahead and write to him with your queries. And Aaron has been really generous with his time and resources. So I'm sure that he would be able to support you as well after the session. Yeah. So I think we can take up another question from Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, sir. So my question is that Chat GPT can we use it for HPC, Holistic Progress Card? Any help we can get from that?
Yes,
In
you
what
can do
way?
it.
Can you please explain us?
Yeah. So for your school, I am assuming that if you have holistic progress card, you will have your own set of rubrics. You will have your own set of frameworks that you will do, right? Like how students are engaging in classroom from academic performance to co-curricular performance to classroom participation, their well-being and everything. So what you can do is, I would like you to walk back to the knowledge transfer section, segment that we had. So if you have a template which your school is using and you want ChatGPT to use the same template, you give that template to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT that, hey, we want to create a holistic template card. These are the rubrics. And here, something that you have to be mindful is we are creating something more concrete, a very defined progress card. It has its own defined numbers and rubrics and explanation for it, right? So you need to give that definite definition to it. What is this going to look like? What is the purpose of it? How are we going to do it? It will start producing. That is first way of doing it. And option number two, you don't have anything as such in your school as practice, but you are very interested in creating it. Tell ChatGPT, step number one, hey, do a deep research on this topic, holistic progress card for grade for children 1 to 5 or whatever the target audience is doing that. Point number two, understand everything about it and you need to become an expert. Point number three, after that, you would be able to create anything like that, which is very similar, or you would be able to talk about it. Point number four, and after you doing this, we are going to come back here and create something for my school. I will give you my school context, my classroom context, my requirement. After understanding my requirement, you will create a template for me. After I review it, you can finalize. There's only 5 steps that is going to take. If you're going to go to option 1, you have something already. If you do not have that, do this 5-step procedure. You will